Alright, since 93 Sports, back with another one. I read this article on ESPN about this political action committee that supports Donald Trump. They put together this ad on social media. It's the picture, in the title of my video. You see it. And basically they're encouraging NFL fans to turn off NFL games and play patriotic movies instead. Man, they got a hashtag going around, take a stand, not a knee. And basically, obviously they targeting Trump supporters. And we all know what Trump said, get these SOBs off the field and fire them that's protesting the flag. And we know Goodell responded and said he was disappointed in Trump for his unfortunate lack of respect for the NFL. So, we all know what this is. A lot of these owners and, even Roger Goodell himself, they've all supported Trump. And, a lot of them probably think the exact same way that Trump does. But, they know to say that stuff behind closed doors. A lot of these people that's offended by Trump, on the Republican side, a lot of these people that, are coming out, and saying they don't agree with him, it's just, a lot of these rich people like Republicans and, some of these white guys, they coming out and saying that, they're offended by some of these things because Trump's out with his opinion, and they want him to keep that stuff behind closed doors, and that's their whole problem, is Trump is going out with it and he's fucking up their money, and the NFL basically they in a tight position, because it's no longer a situation where they can just straddle the fence. They either gonna have to basically suspend all the players that's protesting, and at this point it's a lot of players that's protesting, and they're possibly gonna influence a lot of minority players, to not want to come to the NFL. A lot of people's parents is gonna discourage their kids from going to the NFL. A lot of potentially, players that can make the owners a lot of money. So if enough of these players protest, it's nothing they can do about it. But at the end of the day, they're gonna piss off white America. So they either gonna have to, put their foot down on the people who's protesting the anthem, or just lose the white America. And that's what they facing. It's no longer a situation where they can just straddle the fence. And hey, it's real this year, But yeah, and another thing, I feel like a lot of these players, athletes in the NFL and in other sports that's coming out and saying they support Colin Kaepernick, what he's doing, his cause, and they admire it. I don't see how you can say that without involving yourself in the movement. Especially if you're being affected by the issues that the people that are protesting it, are protesting for. So, that's kind of strange. That's why, I'm kind of looking forward to this NBA season because, LeBron James has been pretty vocal on his support for Kaepernick. And, I want to see him, go ahead and put himself out on the limb and, stick his neck out, involve himself in the movement, But, yeah, man, this is an interesting year. The NFL's facing a lot this year. They facing the whole situation with the ratings, and there's a lot going on, and they can't blackball every player that involves himself in the movement. At this point with the whole Colin Kaepernick situation, I'm kind of like on the fence. I'm like, I want him to be able to get a job, to be able to support himself, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, if he get a job, most likely he's gonna have to, fall back on his beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of catch-22. You want the man to be able to provide for his family and himself, but you kind of like, once he's been awakened, and he's conscious now, how could he go back and play for anybody? Because most of them owners, they all think alike. And a lot of these owners coming out saying, oh, that was distasteful, that was disrespectful what Trump did. They probably feel the exact same way, but they know not to come out and say that in public and keep that, behind closed doors and off the record, because if they did come out, we'll fuck with their money. But it's gonna be interesting, man, to see how all this unfolds, man. It's crazy, man. I haven't watched the NFL this year. I've never been really a big football fan. Usually I'm like more basketball and boxing, but I'm not interested in it really anyway. Only time I really check in is in there in the playoffs, and I might not even watch the playoffs this year. But yeah, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that bell icon to be notified when all the latest content drops. And yeah, man, just leave me y'all thoughts, man. How y'all feel about this whole situation? And I'm out.